Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Kay, and here on my channel I share everything nails with you. In today's video, we'll be doing a hybrid tutorial. I've been wanting to show you guys how I do my hybrid sets. So in this video, will be very detailed. I'll show you step by step how I lay the polygel and the acrylic. I did it should have been 4 different nail shape, but the two almond shape was looking more like sisters. So yeah. We're going to get straight into the video by starting off with prep. And these products that I am using, I've had them for a while now, so I'm not wasting any product. Here I'm going in with my protein bond, just like I would if I am on a regular client. I went ahead and prepped the nail and the nails as well. I do like to sculpt, so most of my clients are sculpted. But for the purpose of this video, I went ahead and used tips. I will be recording a sculpted video as well. If you guys would like that, let me know in the comment section. Here I'm using Beetle Foundation as a rubber base. For my rubber base, I like to use the gel bottle, and I use that for all my clients. Really, I have not had any problems with using both the gel and acrylic together. And say the rubber base has saved a lot of my clients from splitting their nails. They tend to move so fast, so if they hit their nails, I can say the rubber base take the impact of the hit, and the strength of their nail underneath the product is just amazing. You guys know I love working with the natural nails, so I'm always asking my clients if they're interested in growing their natural nails out, and then we'll just put whatever design or whatever product that is suitable for that client on their natural nails. So yeah, here I am going in with my Macart Polygel, and I'm using a nice size bead so you guys will have a better understanding of how much product. You could use less product if you want to. For this video, I was using a little bit more because I'm going up halfway through the nail bed down to the free edge of the nail, and I like to feather the product upwards, make sure it's nice and blended and smooth. So once I go in with that acrylic, it's nice and flush, and I like to use a color that's closest to the acrylic that I will be using. I customize most of my acrylic. I use young nail acrylic and I mix them all the time. So I can't give you a specific color shade that I use because I mix them so much. But these Macart Polygel, there's a small tube, like the little testing tubes. So I had them sitting around, pack up a few of them and took them home because I did record this at home in my home studio. So yeah. So here I'm just going ahead and blending the product upward to the middle of the nail, and then I go down the free edge of the nail again. And the solution that I'm using is a custom mix, and I just use half alcohol, half acetone to spread the polygel. So nothing fancy, and I'm making sure my brush is not completely saturated with liquid, guys. I find that if your brush has too much liquid in there, that's when the polygel starts to move around. So if you want a better control of the polygel, just make sure your brush is not completely saturated with solution. And I'm just making sure I'm keeping my shape, and I am patting, make sure there are no lumps and bumps are in the nail or any bubbles. If you have any bubbles, go ahead and just take it out. It'll be the first to crack or shift if the client was to say hit their nail. So you don't want any problem when it comes on to that. So here I'm going in with my third bead, and I'm pretty much just doing the same thing, blending it upwards and taking it down the free edge of the nail. And guys, I know some of you have been trying out the method, so let me know how you guys like it. And if you guys want to see any more detailed video of what I present to you guys, whether through my lives or my long form videos, let me know and I'll be sure to record them. My community tab is also open. So if you guys have any questions you may want to ask me over there instead of under the comment section, please feel free to engage with me. And I have some more stuff working on my channel, but I'm going to keep it how it is right now and continue to grow this community with you guys and get closer. So until then, I'm enjoying you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying my videos as well. All right, guys, so the Polygel application is done, and here I'm going in with a slip layer before going in with my clear bead of acrylic. And I did leave each step that I would do on my clients here in this video so you guys could see. And let me just say this, I'm sharing my work with you guys so you guys know what I do as a nail tech that has been doing it for roughly 7 years here in the States. In Jamaica, it was completely different. We had to move really fast when it comes on to using the acrylic and the monomer. The monomer will evaporate. The acrylic will dry up on you fast. We used to use Tommy Taylor, Perfect 10. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Perfect 10, and Kiss products. Perfect 10 was the go-to, but Tommy Taylor was top tier in Jamaica. Tommy Taylor was number one for all the nail techs, and they used to wear really long nails. And it's a tropical country, so you need a little bit more product to withstand the heat. If they're too thin, they're gonna break off. And they used to wear really curved nail with hairbrush designs. So guys, when I came here, it was a different pace for me. I had to slow myself down starting my business here in the States. So I have a lot of experience back home in Jamaica, but I've also taught myself and learned a whole different technique here working in America. So yeah, if you guys want me to share a little bit more of my experience working back home in Jamaica versus here, let me know and I'll be open to sharing that with you guys. All right, back to the nails, guys. So you see me went in with my first bead of acrylic and I applied it closest to the cuticle. When I place that first bead of acrylic, I like to press and release. I wipe my brush and make sure my brush doesn't have any excess monomer or acrylic on the brush before going in to pat the product down to the free edge of the nail. And if I need a second bead to build up that apex, then I'll go in and do so. Here I'm going in with that first bead. I press release, make sure from sidewall to sidewall, the product is at the same shape and length. Well, the same shape, so I don't have any lumps and bumps. And guys, forgive me, I'm working down in my basement and the lighting down there is just off. So I had to do a lot of editing to this video to get the shutterfly to adjust. So if you guys see the exposure go up and down, I'm still learning. I'm going to try and see if I could get some recessed lighting installed downstairs so I have perfect lighting when I'm recording my videos at home. So excuse me and apologize for that. So here I'm going in with my second bead at closest to the cuticle, and I make sure the cuticle area is nice and flush, and I'm taking it down the entire nail, making sure it's nice and blended into that first bead that I apply, as well as making sure my shape is still there. Guys, this brush that I'm using, it's from Amazon, so it's not the best. It was just feathering and doing whatever it wanted to do. It was not keeping its shape. I may need to play around with it a little before going in and using it again. But yeah, so here I'm going in with my first bead, and you could tell the bead is a perfect bead. It's not too wet and it's not too dry. I know different people have different technique. This is what works for me. You don't have to do this. Do what works for you. I'm just showing you different methods. So yeah, let me just put that out there. So here I'm going in to make sure that shape is nice and clean. And I'm going in and patting that product into the nail to make sure there's no lumps. going in with my second bead, I'm pressing, releasing, wiping my brush, and going back in to help that product to blend into that first bead. And if you have any excess over to at the cuticle area, just go ahead and use the edge of your brush to clean up that area. And I'm going in with the last application. I'll let you guys watch this one, and I'll be back once we get to the shaping. All right, guys, application is all done. And I do use my e-file to do a lot of my shaping, but it's not really necessary in this case. So I'm just going in with my hand file to perfect the shape before going in with my sanding band. I will be showing you guys a little bit of the shaping using a sanding band as well. The mini sanding band would be perfect for this. Just make sure you're not hitting your client's sidewall. I like to pinch my client's sidewall and pull it down gently when I'm shaping, especially when I'm going down around the sidewalls. I basically use my pointer finger to basically pinch and pull down the sidewalls a little, and I'm looking down the barrel of the nail to make sure it's nice and even, and it has a nice shape to it. And I like to carve out that natural what else say now, what they call a credit card thinness to the nail. So if the client was to look at their nails from head on, they'll look nice and perfect. And I make sure all the ridges created from the e-file, the hand file, or even just the tips are gone. All my clients are serial pickers as well as myself. So let me just not throw them alone under the bus. I am a picker as well. So I make sure the sidewalls are nice and clean and they won't have anything to pick at once they leave my chair. And you could do that using your hand file as well. And I will be showing you how I'll use my hand file to make sure the sidewalls are nice and clean. So when you're going to apply your gel polish, there's no ridges, there's no loose acrylic, there's no shards left over from your tips. So I'm starting off at the free edge of the nail and working my way up to the entire nail, making sure that cuticle area is nice and capped. And then this is where I'm using the sanding band to just shape and take up all that leftover nail from underneath the nail. And you could tell it's nice and straight. I'm telling you guys, my clients, they are something else. So I pay attention to each and every one of them, whether they're washing their hands or just looking at their nails once I'm done applying. Yeah, I know what does not, they kind of question like, okay, why did Kay leave this on here? Did she see this? So before they even say that in their heads, I ain't picking it off. I'm taking it off. But yeah, so here I just went ahead, used the sanding band to clean up the edge of the nail and make sure there's nothing left over. And you're gonna see now when I use the hand file at a 360 angle just to make sure that shape is perfected. I didn't need to do it but for this video, I went ahead and do it so you guys will be able to see. And guys, when you go ahead and perfect that shape using your hand file, sometimes there is a harshness left over on the sidewall. So I just like to go over with the hand file and buff that harshness away so the nail is nice and cohesive and it's nice and flat and there's no humps or rigid areas created from you perfecting the sidewall. This is where I'm going to leave you guys. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you guys so much for watching and joining and chit-chatting with me. At the end of the video, my daughters, I came downstairs and they were just looking at the finished product. I told you guys in one of my live that my oldest, she's 16, she wants to learn how to do the structured gel, hard gel process. So I will be teaching her in the next few weeks. So I will be recording that as well to share with you guys. So she was basically just touching the practice hand to see how well the practice hand held up throughout the application process. So I did leave that in there so you guys could see a little sneak peek. And then my youngest, I just came back home from going swimming. So I just asked her how was her swimming and if she enjoyed herself and so on. Anyways, guys, enough of my chatting. I will leave you guys here. And again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. Wait, you record Malay?
Oh my God,
Hi, baby. How was swimming?
good. Mama, guess what Penny did while I was sleeping? Took a picture of me while I was sleeping. He took a picture of me.
Where were you sleeping? In the car?
Yeah.